just when you thought it was safe. At the very moment you thought it was over. It wasn't.
Oh, that intro.
Oh, my.
Hey, welcome to the Spook of Madness podcast. I'm Matt. That's Aaron. That's Ben. And we're joined again by Chauncey Frend, fresh from the Friday the 13th podcast, right, Chauncey?
You're doing a lot of podcasts, man.
Yeah,
you getting tired?
Yeah.
Yep. Are you the George Martin of the Beatles?
I still haven't gotten any of these pay packets you guys keep telling me about.
Yeah, it's in the mail.
It's
Packets in the Ethernet cord.
They're expensive.
Okay.
So this is the end of Spook of Madness number 2.
With the most important
culmination.
movie.
That's right. We're doing this is the one everybody voted on. This was it.
You made your bed.
Over the course of the month, we put up a bunch of movies, 3 of which were much ones I was very much pulling for, and Beetlejuice or The Babadook or The Shining. They were all
Beetlejuice.
very good. But instead, you all made me watch Ernest Scared Stupid, and I kind of loved it.
All right.
Ben's prediction turned out to be false.
That was So I'm ready to talk about it. I'm ready to climb down from my high horse. I'm going to climb down. You know what? I was wrong. I'm just going to start the show off this way.
Oh my God, I'm actually really shocked.
I'm just going to start it off.
I need to get my diary and write this down.
Cut to me, Matt. Or cut to me,
I'm
Aaron.
doing things. Can you not break anything?
This is the show now.
Every week, one thing
I mean, I
has to
felt
be
guilty
broken
every
or
time
jostled.
I voted for it.
Look,
I didn't vote for it, but you know what I mean.
I will willingly say I liked the movie. You all were right.
Matt
But just know,
reversed his position.
here's the thing, though. What Ben just did is going to happen this whole podcast.
18.
So you invited this show, people who voted for it. But yeah, I'm ready to talk about it.
Wait, have you never seen Ernest Scared
He's
Stupid?
only.
I haven't seen this one.
Save
no.
Christmas.
I've
That's
seen
the only
Save
one.
Christmas and Camp. I've seen Camp.
Camp's the greatest.
You messed up the cushion.
Fix your cushion.
So, as we did for all the Spook of Madnesses, we're going to talk about the movie, and then at the end we'll give our kind of assessment of it, I guess. Chauncey, do you want to kind of tee us up, because you kept voting for it? So obviously you've seen this.
Did you
million
vote multiple times?
What do you think people need to know about Ernest Scared Stupid?
Ernest Scared Stupid is a cornucopia of like every Halloween special ever made, with a really good centralized character that's like iconic, and people are like, "Who the hell is that guy?" If they don't know who Ernest is, he's just attractive as far as like an entertainer.
Well, that was the height of his popularity.
Yeah,
This is a peak Ernest.
This is peak Ernest.
Yep.
Very well thought out
It
character.
was. And that's probably the highest budget Ernest movie.
Jim Varney's he's like the Midwestern Jim Henson there.
Jim Varney is a national treasure.
Yeah.
He really is.
He's not
know what I
like
mean.
secretly Canadian.
You
is
know
he?
what?
he's
I do
from
know what you
Tennessee.
mean.
Okay, good. See, I feel like whenever I have a hero, they turn out to be a Canadian or something.
No, this is the true American spirit.
I love the Canucks, but you know what? You're not Americans.
No. And Canadian bacon,
that is
just
the
regular ham.
So
Can we review
I'm
Canadian
trying-
bacon instead?
You want to just do
the
that?
only good
There we go.
Michael
I
Moore
finally
movie?
finally got the app open. All right. So anybody, if you're watching, please let us know what you think of Ernest Scared Stupid, and if
I will be
Yeah,
checking
here
the
we go.
comments.
so, this movie, it starts off in kind of the most not ridiculous, but it felt like a TV special, like the faces you were doing at the start with that music, and just like all the like free footage they could find of scary stuff.
Not free, royalty or domain, public domain.
Public
that's the
domain.
word.
Some Nosferatu was in there.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
I learned about those movies because of this movie.
Really?
Really?
They triggered. I have to figure out what they're referencing.
This and Muppet Babies, like, they kept showing me clips of these like public domain horror films. Like, what is that? Especially Nosferatu, right?
Yep.
Muppet Babies was good at showing like actual real footage. Muppet Babies was ahead of its time.
Nosferatu. That's all I remember from that show.
So good.
Go, baby!
That's perfect. That's baby animal.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Yes, Nanny.
Ah, yes, Nanny. The
Speaking of
mom
nannies,
character,
look at
Nanny.
those socks that Matt's wearing.
You're right. It's Nanny.
They're gonna curl up.
We put him under the couch.
There's Waldo in his socks. So my brother dressed up as Waldo last night. It was Halloween. I go, huh. Harry Potter decided to be a gondolier. That's basically what Waldo is now.
I get it.
So Ernest. So the movie everyone was so intent on making
sorry,
us
what?
watch. The dog's name is Rimshot. I'm just gonna go there.
Does Rimshot make appearances in other movies?
Yeah, goes to jail.
He's in Ghost. That's
Oh,
Rimshot.
I think he's only in those 2 movies. though.
Okay.
The start of the movie has approximately 400 screams of Ernest going Rimshot, Rimshot, Rimshot.
No,
Rimshot!
you skipped over the opening of the movie beyond the credit opening. There's the period piece, right?
like
Ernest as the
as
the like Salem witch trials
And
for the
the
troll.
What is it? He buries
he buries the
Trantor
troll.
Yeah.
What's his name? What was the troll's name?
There he shall be buried.
What was the troll's name?
Trantor.
Trantor.
Trantor. It was Trantor the something.
Trantor, the two-nosed troll.
Like
It's a scary troll.
Homestar Runner.
Okay, let's talk about the.
Truck.
Where do you want to lead this?
stupid.
You guys voted.
Let's talk
You
about
wanna
the
hear-
troll. Let's talk about the troll itself.
Well, okay, let's queue up a little bit more about the story.
Okay.
Because I think that was a good. They start the movie with this weird, like he's gonna be in this tree, never to come out again.
And they don't show the troll yet.
No, and it's also at that point I wasn't sure who. I knew he was playing 2 characters, but I wasn't sure who he was supposed to be. Right? Like,
You didn't pick it as soon as you saw the face?
well, I didn't know he was related. I thought he was just playing another character. Like he was.
He's
Eddie
Phineas.
Yeah.
There's actually a story to this.
Right.
Phineas World.
Yeah, so it's all this long line where Ernest is the key to letting out this troll that's been hidden in this tree.
And what's the odds of that happening?
Yeah, that was an amazing. So this happens, and then I would have to say these exact words.
While touching this tree.
And what's the odds of that happening?
It's real simple. It's really simple. It's really simple. This is the town of Briarsville, and they have a legend in the town of Briarsville that Phineas Worrell buried this troll under the tree. They don't know where he is. And his descendants will get dumber and dumber and dumber thanks to the curse from the troll. And eventually release Trantor to wreak havoc and steal the children again.
See, that's an in-universe world-building exercise.
Yeah, it's like a real origin story for the Worrell family.
But here's the thing.
This is peak Ernest, guys.
But it's true. But Ernest.
The audiences are clamoring for it.
Yeah, but Ernest is every Ernest movie is a self-contained movie, though.
Quite right.
It's Ernest is in
I know what
a
you mean.
mythology because he worked in Florida. He's in where was this? Virginia? Where was it supposed to be?
Briarsville.
Virginia.
I want to say it's like maybe it was like an East Coast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And his commercials were made in
Wherever the
Tennessee.
trash business is booming.
everywhere.
Wherever Tom Bobby's doing business.
I gotta say, Chauncey,
That's a different Tom in this one.
Bill Burge or Broige or something like that. This is the same guy.
No, it's a different.
Oh, if it's different. No, it's not. It's the same.
Who's the bigger guy?
That's Tom.
It's a different Tom.
Bill Burt is Bobby. Yeah, the guy with the big jaw.
Yeah, it's a different Tom because the other Tom in the other 3 movies was a different actor.
Is that true?
I'll pull it up. Leave the conversation.
while you're doing that,
So,
Matt, I had a small observation. I had never seen any Ernest before this.
no
week,
way.
ever.
Oh.
I avoided it when I was a kid because I thought I wouldn't like it.
So the fact that you just said I haven't seen any Ernest makes me think that you watched more than just this movie.
I did actually. The very same day after I finished Ernest Scared Stupid, I turned on Ernest Goes to Jail as well.
Yep.
And I had a good time with it. Ernest is fun.
Does it hold up continuity-wise with this in the world building?
No,
The ECU, the Ernest
He's still dumb.
Cinematic Universe.
he's still dumb.
ECU.
But what I noticed is that Ernest, I think if I was to make a guess, I would say that Ernest was very influential on a young Chauncey
And a young Ben, too.
Yeah.
with his gadgets and whatnot.
This Rube freaking Goldberg.
Well, think
I'm
about-
so
Chauncey's a
sick
gadget builder.
of
Let's just
Rube
say that.
Goldberg.
But this was the height of it.
Yeah,
Ernest
every
was like
movie.
Ernest was the deal when we grew up as
Yeah.
kids because we were about the
Well,
same
it was the
age.
video rental store, right? You go and it's like you would watch from the kids' selection this one movie. You know what is it? Ernest goes to jail, and you're like, "What the hell is this?"
It's so funny.
He plays an old lady too. He dresses up like an old woman.
Ernest was a staple of our house, and he even had a Saturday morning cartoon show that I used to wake up for. Hey Vern,
Yep.
remember that?
Speaking of which, I think we save it for a little bit later, but it's going to keep coming up, and especially now that Aaron has seen multiple movies, somebody has asked that we rank all the Ernests. So be prepared.
All right,
I'll have to sit that one out.
People want it.
The people want
They've asked for
the
it.
rank.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reoccurrence of Ernest movies on
Yeah,
this
we're going to go
podcast.
through the ECU. We're going to get into it. We'll get into it.
Perfect.
Ernest.
I'm just going to go through in sequential order the things I wrote down because it's I think it's fun.
like the 8th level of Mario Brothers.
Yeah. So we did Rube Goldberg. We talked about Rimshot. The next thing I had highlighted was flamethrower ! Because Eartha Kitt has a flamethrower in this movie. And she looks,
Why not?
She looks like that little goggly character from Force Awakens. Yeah. She like popping
right.
out.
She
and,
does.
That's who I
Like,
thought of too.
she's got this like
Yeah.
flamethrower.
Maz Kanata. She would have been a great. She needs to be in Star Wars.
Yeah.
She had a great voice. I think she did some music work. I'll look that up while you're on.
She also had a wall in her house of spikes, but also just like arms sticking out of the
Yeah.
wall. That wasn't the only like severed arm in the movie. Their stupid treehouse had an arm that whipped pizzas and stuff.
You're representing Briarsville here. It's not trash. It's expressions of the soul.
Yeah, it's recycling. They're not throwing anything away.
That's what she says, though. Expressions of
Not
the soul.
to
She's an
interrupt
artist.
an important point, but did you know that Eartha Kitt sang Santa Baby?
Did not know that.
I know that song.
Huh.
Well, that was her.
So
Carry on.
What I really think so
Reoccurring revenue for Eartha
this
Kitt.
movie's about
Sometimes
it's something. It's about recycling. It's about what was this? what
Don't
was the
say it's
quote?
about the environment.
We have no garbage here. We have expressions of the soul.
Right.
the heart of a child.
Really. We'll get to that one.
I mean, it's a character movie, right?
Unconditional love.
How did he think of that?
A lunchbox.
yeah.
For lunch. You can get rid if you want to.
Okay, so this is more of like an overarching movie thing, but I guess this very much falls into. Like, you can see very clearly why kids will latch onto it.
Yes.
You get the bully tropes, you get some of those things, and then the kids save the day at the end, and when the adults are being harassed,
You
like
got the '90s bowl haircut.
they're very set up for like
Can I tell you something
kids
about
have agency on their world and stuff.
yeah. So the thing about the Ernest movies, nobody liked the kids as a kid. Everybody liked Ernest. We just wanted to watch Ernest. We didn't care about the kids.
Yeah.
So as the weakest part, the kids were the. Do you have to have them?
They're
I
a
guess?
framing device.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
It's the inverse of Friday the
It's
13th.
Yeah.
kidsploitation.
Nobody
is
cares
what
about
it
the
is.
counselors. It's all about Jason.
yeah,
and our Jason is Ernest.
Not inverse. It's the child version.
yeah. He's just all his different characters
Yeah, that was-
with like
That was like a
Different
demo reel
murder
for his
weapons.
next stand-up. or something.
yeah.
And with the controversial inclusion of Mongolian face, was it?
I'm gonna.
yeah, that was
That was awesome. That was pretty good.
It was well done.
I don't think I can rank all the Ernest films because I can't even remember Ernest in the Army. To be perfectly
Yeah,
honest.
That was
movie?
direct to video. That was the last
ones,
one, I
Ernest,
believe.
After Ernest Rides Again is kind of gets downhill.
Ernest,
in the
yeah.
mid '90s, he was tanking.
Ernest Goes to Africa is awful. I have seen.
Yeah, I
it.
haven't seen that one, but there's a scene I watched with that one. It's like, oh my god, it's like,
Yeah.
like, hey brothers,
Ernest Goes to Africa, huh?
I mean, there's definitely at least 4 that everyone can point
You
to.
gonna eat this gazelle, Vern?
Scared stupid. Goes to camp. Goes to jail. Saves Christmas.
Well, let's rank them in a minute.
The lions have accepted me into
Let's
their
talk about the plot. All right, so the troll comes.
No, the troll doesn't immediately come.
Get on with it.
So, well, I want to talk about
There's
this.
a lot before the troll.
Yeah,
man.
it takes a while.
All right.
They set it up with that ridiculous treehouse.
Just check it out.
To your point, though, about the kids, there's like, while they're building that treehouse, they have this dumb ADR of all the kids going like, "This is really looking good.
Wow, this will work.
Whoa, this
will show those bullies what for."
This is swell."
And he
Like,
gets pooped on. That was funny.
Yeah, when he's checking for the
Occupied.
trees, he's like, "Nah, too much bass."
I appreciated that as a sound engineer. It means that the wood is too dense or something. I don't know.
And then you hear the squawk of the bird, and he gets crapped on. He's like, "Inhabited."
Yeah, inhabited. I thought you said occupied. It was inhabited.
so they're building this.
Good filming.
They find this creepy tree. This massive tree that's perfect for a
This
giant.
is it.
By the way,
Sure, this tree won't be
Tree
bad in any
to
way.
die for.
who is financing this freaking tree house? Like, who's paying for all
Ernest
this
has all the
crap?
junk. He said he's been collecting it for years.
This is the '90s. This is like every like
They
Guys,
had-
do you know who financed it?
Look.
It was Touchstone Pictures
Okay.
and all the people who made that.
Somebody's getting literal over here.
Did you ever build a fort though when you were a kid?
Not like that.
No,
No.
I didn't have a childhood actually.
No. No.
All I can say is they made a
He's always
mistake.
inside.
We always hauled everything out of the garage and just piled it up and made
Yeah.
like a building out of it, and then like get yelled at and have to put it all back.
Did anybody
Wow.
else get flashbacks to Fern Gully when they picked out the tree?
Yeah.
The Hexus tree?
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't really relate to building the tree. I really related to finding severed arms that threw pieces at my bullies. That's what I really got.
And
latched
cans
on
of
to.
dog
Yeah.
food.
That was vintage '90s.
And also my like yogurt shooters.
Dog
What
food
kid
shooter.
didn't have yogurt shooters as a kid?
All right, let's talk about the troll because that happens right now. The troll I thought was an amazing.
They did a great job.
Really good.
That's the
really
budget.
really good.
That was
it wasn't
probably-
just that. The main troll was clearly the best one.
Oh, yeah.
The other ones weren't terrible though. Like
No.
even as an adult watching it, I thought
I mean, here
I
was Troll 2, Trolls here were...
But the main
Yeah.
troll they put all the
So-
budget in.
Yeah.
When did
it's like a cool animatronic.
When did your eyes like stop rolling in the movie? Like when did you get to the point where you're like,
the troll.
Oh, this
Once
is
the
a-
troll happened.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Because the treehouse, I was like, oh no. What
The
is
kids are
happening?
bad. The
I
kids
hate
are bad.
Yeah, the kids are terrible. Then the troll, I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Ernest goes to camps. The kids were pretty good though,
Yeah,
but the kids were actually
I'll have to
better.
watch that.
they have a switchblade. One of the kids that do it. doesn't
What? I didn't see that. One of the bad kids had a switchblade, but was it a switchblade comb?
And
Like
No,
I
I
always
think it was
wanted?
an actual.
And then they go
switchblade.
into song and dance, and it's
Maybe
like
it was a
very
comb.
great. Yeah. I thought the okay. This movie's insane.
This movie's too spooky.
I just
You
saw
know, on the
troll
back-
away
Are too
spray.
stupid.
Right behind Matt right now, Ernest is summoning the troll right there.
Yep.
And what are the odds of that happening?
Say it, Ben. Yea, I call thee forth, Trantor.
Yea, I call thee
No,
forth.
he did it in a deep voice.
transport. Yea, I call thee forth transport.
Yeah, and then he hits the tree 3 times, and then he goes, "What are the chances of that happening?"
That was so good.
hit it 3 times. What are the chances of that?
Yea, I call thee forth. When he goes deep, it's fun.
So the idea, though, that he turns kids into wooden dolls.
creepy.
That's
As a source of
creepy.
power.
That's really creepy.
And the
if you're a kid,
transition
for a
is
kids
like
movie.
the dolls look exactly like the kids and the movement that they had.
Okay, so the position
Actual
did.
stakes in a
At one
kids'
po-
movie?
At
Wow.
one point, one of the little dolls was one of their friends, and they were like, "Did you see that? That was Josh,
Joey.
or Joey." And it looks like just a generic faceless kid on there, but they're like, "It looks just like Joey." It's like, geez, really a slam on Joey. He looks like this wooden doll.
But Mom, that little
Nothing?
doll
No.
just,
You
just
don't
like
agree?
Joey.
because of those dolls, right out the gate, this movie had more stakes than let's see, a lot of movies. I remember Captain America 3. That was really boring with no stakes. This one had stakes.
This one actually had stakes, and it actually literal wooden stakes.
Hey,
Insomniac.
Now,
the Murdoch,
authentic Bulgarian Miak.
the Murdoch show up.
It's a real.
What'd you think of the
a drink.
actual battle conditions for the fort? Was it stupid?
What?
It seemed
Remember
well fortified.
the bullies show up. The Murdochs. The Murdochs are here.
Are the kids?
Let's see
okay,
how this baby
yeah.
performs under actual battle conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen this movie
Yeah, you're really rolling these.
150 easy times.
This is your favorite.
Are you the real great redneck hope? That's a line in this movie. I actually like that.
The great redneck hope.
And then he has the light.
And it
shine
has the
underneath.
light. Yeah, that's so good.
great redneck?
That's how she hypes him up. And gets him ready. You are the great redneck hope.
I have a
That's
question.
so adult. Like, that's
Yeah, it
so
is.
adult.
Chauncey, there's not a lot of recurring characters in his movies except for a few, right? Like
Are there any?
Bobby and
the shop guys?
The shop
Tulip-
guys.
The
guys who
shop
show
guys
them
are
stuff?
recurring?
The Tulip brothers are recurring.
Aren't they his like brothers or something?
I don't know about that.
Not in
No.
real life. I mean,
No.
but they are recurring.
They are always scamming Ernest into buying a bunch of crap.
They
he
were
doesn't need.
the guards in the bank in Goes to Jail.
And in Christmas, they were the guys who were holding the reindeer.
Oh.
And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
good. I like the one that doesn't talk.
They had, yeah, they
He's
had a.
pretty famous, man. He's in UHF as well. He's the guy that looks at
yeah.
the camera and goes, "Guns don't kill people." I do.
Ya bang.
Well, they
bang,
have
bang.
the fun scene all about the troll away spray, and it adds up to like $1,000 of all
3
this
kids.
random troll crap.
Classic collection of troll love songs.
Yeah,
Does a rattlesnake kiss carefully?
yeah.
And then he sells them trolling motors just because they're trolling motors.
There's a lot of like really rapid fire little jokes like that.
And then he goes, $30 a pound, 50 pounds.
Such simple humor, but executed expertly.
And at the end he goes, and Bobby talks once, he goes, plus tax.
That's the first time I heard him talk.
So another really funny scene was kind of right after that when he buys all the stuff and he sets the trap, which is that dumpster, and then he gets his hand smashed and he
He just looks at it.
looks back and forth,
Yeah.
and then screams after a while.
My favorite was when
That
he
was
set the
awesome.
big bear trap. And
Oh, that one was great too. Rim shot. Wow.
just to cut.
Don't even show it.
Well, he's talking to Rimshot and he goes,
Rim shot.
You're a pretty good boy, Rimshot.
yeah, he's like, you are one cute dog, but you are one ugly little child.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I didn't want to be the one to say that.
The visual of him that, and then the one thing when they cut back to him in
Bring me the
school,
stick.
when he was in school, like he never knew when to stop.
Fourth grade. Yeah, that was amazing.
It's a little kid. It's a little kid with the back of.
I'm gonna clip that so we can play it whenever Ben's on a
Yeah, you
tangent.
definitely got to cut
You're
that
right.
one. Yeah, we
he
definitely
never knew when to quit.
the back of his head. It's little Ernest. It's good filmmaking.
Yeah,
it was
was good.
smart.
That was funny.
and they
smart joke.
reprive it too. They reprive it that.
They brought it. Yeah, they did it
Yeah.
twice. We skipped over another like really because again, I think the movie works as a
Whirl.
scary-ish kids movie because the troll has some scenes.
It was
the
scary as a kid.
The troll pops into the little girl's bed.
Oh, that's creepy.
Like that's creepy.
I was scared of it when I watched this
messed
as a
up.
kid. I actually was scared of it.
Yeah.
Like it was scary. Like the
Because
troll
the
was scary part
animatronics
as a
are
little-
well
as a little
done.
kid.
There's a weird thing there. It's like that troll is covered in like pus and grossness. How the heck does his parents like not see that if he's in her freaking bed?
Yeah.
And they're like looking for where's Elizabeth? And it's like
that-
the bed's covered in like ooze.
Joey's gone for like days, and
Yeah.
they're just like,
No,
he just didn't come
No,
home.
it's not days. It was Halloween.
hours.
It was Halloween Eve.
It was at
Possible.
least overnight. It was at
Yeah.
least
Yeah,
overnight,
overnight, yeah.
and then into the next day, and nobody cares.
You know how kids' movies work.
Nobody's looking for him.
No, we're
Yeah.
gonna get into some semantics here, Matt. You know how kids' movies work. The adults never affect the world. They're always passive.
And they're always at like the party at the town hall, right?
Right.
There's always a town hall, and they're always all there.
They're at the
Everybody is
enchantment
very
under the sea
participatory.
The enchantment under the sea.
Let's play something that really
They
counts.
won't go look
gonna
for the
tell us-
kid that's been gone for a day and a half, but damn it, they are gonna go to that costume talent show.
So how about when he thinks he captures the troll, and like They have a gun pulled out. They're gonna open it up, and it's his kid.
Yeah, and he also goes, "Hey, you want me to squash him flat for you?"
Want me to squash him flat? He almost murdered kids. Ernest.
Aren't they the mayor's kids? Isn't
the
mayor?
police chief's kids or something.
No, it's the mayor's kids.
Oh, okay. The Murdochs are the mayor's kids,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Ernest. Well, no, that happened in Ernest Goes to Jail. Ernest gets the death sentence. You know,
That's what the movie title should have been. Ernest gets the chair.
And he gets executed.
he does. He
does.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Ernest.
But it's
Goes to Jail.
Ernest.
But it's Ernest.
So no spoilers. Just watch the movie.
That tickled.
They do that. There was a funny
Peter
line in
Pan
this where they were like,
Yeah.
shoot, let me find it.
That one didn't make sense.
Consult the notes.
When they were talking, I'm skipping ahead, but when the milk, they figure out that the milk kills the trolls.
Oh, that's so funny.
They're like, it eradicates them, and Ernest goes, "Yeah, it'll get rid of them
kill
too."
them too.
Get rid of him too.
I want to go back to his like montage of characters though, when he's talking about the Ottomans.
Oh yeah.
The Ottoman Empire.
We're the Ottomans, and you're not. You're in a world of it now, pal.
Matt, I have something that I think you probably enjoy. In this movie, the build up to the milk being the thing, they don't quite spell it out immediately. They let it sit for a little bit. It's not explicit.
There's some good filmmaking of them like realizing it.
If you don't know it's milk, you might not get it because the troll doesn't like go. Ugh, he just runs away.
Old Lady Hagmore's carving him out of the can. Remember, he got hit by Tom and Bobby because they were driving with the stupid like billboard over their face, and he's hopping up her front steps, and then she gets a giant can opener to get him out of the giant can.
That was amazing.
He's reading the book, and he's like, "The way to stop a troll is M-I something K."
That was such a Blue's Clues like little kids. It's milk, just screaming.
Bulgarian meat.
Authentic Bulgarian miak.
So
It's hard to find this year. At this time of year.
I bet you thought I wouldn't find it.
a little too resourceful.
that
It's hard to find this
that
year.
was the payoff. So when he was like miak, and he says it right there, that was funny. But what really pushed it over the top was when he actually tracked it down and has a jar of it.
He's like
Later in the movie.
you better
It's this like weird reddish crap.
Yeah, he goes, yeah. You bet I wouldn't find it. It's awful hard to find this year. This time of year.
Looking at me.
This time of year. It's so quick.
Oh man.
This might be a
It's
copycat thing.
It's a real thing.
There's Ernest.
Oh my God, they have a beer that's authentic Bulgarian miak.
Let me get the web
we
browser. There's
gotta get
Bulgarian miak.
Well, yeah, I looked this up at one time. It's not a real thing. It's just for the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You checked it out. You did your research.
I was gonna buy some, make a costume.
We'll check Urban Dictionary.
I thought that. So I thought that.
Flammable liquid.
So my wife, she's probably watching. It's like,
She is,
She
yeah.
literally texts me, I'm gonna pick up miak on the way home. every time.
She's letting us know that they let the miak sit in culture.
Miak-a-yak.
during this movie.
I've had other people make the miak joke like in my life throughout it, and I always didn't get it, and I thought, what is it? What are they saying?
I told my brothers we're going to do Ernest Scared Stupid. He goes, miak. Miak.
That's all you had to say.
That's all they said. Miak.
So funny.
We'll be there. Well, the scene leading up to the miak was pretty funny too. It leads into him being in the barrel. I thought it was a pretty good. It ends up with the dog driving the car. Which I think it's pretty funny. He's like somehow accelerating and stuff. And he's
Prepare for
up
a
there.
bumper sandwich.
He's pulling against 300 horses. Or whatever.
And that was shot pretty well. Like,
It was,
there's
yeah.
the
And him
lighting,
like going.
when they shot the troll in the backlit dark lighting, it's so creepy. It was pretty good.
There's lots of well done filmmaking in this dumb movie.
And
That's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
There's
So
also the
dumb.
line that he's like, I think the troll says like, "Your forefathers put me in that tree" or whatever, and then he goes, "I didn't have forefathers. I just had one."
And I didn't know him very well.
And while he's doing that, the dog is driving the car while a troll is ripping into the car.
so stupid. It's so dumb.
Rimshot's the real MVP.
Rimshot?
Where did he go?
Where did he go?
Rimshot. And he had nunchucks during this scene in the back of a truck. He's just whipping them around.
I don't know. I had friends that had samurai swords in their trunks, so I had cool friends.
If you can't tell, by this point I was 100%
He was on.
I was anything they were
All
doing
right.
was
But
hitting.
were you scared stupid?
No, you see,
I was stupid.
That's a misconception about what you're supposed to get out of this. It's not that you're supposed to be scared stupid. It's that Ernest is scared and the movie is stupid.
Right. Yeah.
Ernest?
There's like a
Scared.
missing comma or
Stupid.
It's a very complicated title. Most people don't get that.
Well, at this point, also Rimshot gets.
Oh wait,
Well,
wait, he's in the
the original title
before-
was, hold on, the original title was Ernest is scared and you're stupid for watching this movie.
Yeah, they had to shorten it.
This is Ernest scared
Yeah.
stupid.
It's actually like the producers are questioning why they're funding another Ernest movie.
Producers. Nathan Lane was on this?
They're like, Ernest is scared, stupid. Who gives a shit? You're gonna make money. Like it's Ernest.
Gold, Jerry.
There's a gag right in here that's like so funny to me. Like when he's out patrolling for, he's patrolling the town in his truck because he's been fired from the fire or the trash, and he gets on the CB and he's like, "Blue leader, this is troll fighter. Blue leader, this is troll fighter. Come on back, I'm at you." And then like
I better use my CB voice.
you see Tom go, "Roger, troll fighter," and then like he's like, "Come on, Bobby," and he just like pulls the cord and he's like, safety first or whatever. And Bobby just comes flying up.
Thanks to you, Chauncey, I have come to appreciate CB humor.
Oh, yeah.
You used to do prank
was the-
calls into radio stations as a trucker.
He still
Yep.
does that, I think.
Still do it.
What was the one about haul?
Still do it.
You still? Oh, I love the one with you
trucker?
hauling diapers.
Yeah, I call in and like, "What you hauling, trucker?" Because I've called multiple times. I'm like, "Oh yeah, just taking a load of fidget spinners to the landfill."
You gotta hear him.
Got a few Atari.
You guys are acting like this is just the most normal thing.
Who's the guy you do it to? Like,
It's part of knowing me. I just do stupid stuff.
who's
like
the
that.
radio station you do it to? It's he's got like
Radio Free Pensacola. It's by Phil Thomas Cat. He's like a internet.
He's
Superstar.
He did,
Oh, okay.
He did this
All right.
weird music video that I think we've seen. I think that Corey, our friend Corey,
Yeah,
showed us.
Mark Gormley. Mark Gormley.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
He called.
Gormley.
Phil produced that, and he became famous because of that. And he's been doing local TV and radio in the Pensacola area for since the 80s.
And he calls into him and he does his character.
All right.
I love the trucker
He knows
character
a
that you did,
celebrity.
Chauncey.
We advertise a fake restaurant called Taste Like Chicken, and it's all like alternative meats and roadkill. And
Meat-like products.
Tastes like chicken. That's hilarious.
Radio Free Pensacola. Here we go. Yeah. All right.
Can we
You're
call
famous.
into Radio Free Pensacola
We
on the
should
show
just
sometime?
do it.
it's
Yeah.
only on Friday nights from 11 till 1 a.m. our
Okay.
time. It's there in Central Time. So.
We'll have to you and
But
me
I'll
get
do
to-
it if you guys want to.
Chauncey, you and me get together and do a couple of characters.
It's pretty good.
We'll have a coupon day or something. You know.
Radio Free Pensacola.
what else?
5 cans stroll away spray, $19.95 a piece.
Golly, Bob, howdy.
I love it so much.
Well, you can be ready if you want.
Now we're finally at the apex of the movie, though, because they know how to kill the troll. Actually, they get the hint because remember, Tom or
Little kid.
the little kid.
No one remembers their names.
Does it matter?
Man,
Kenny.
he's the main Kenny. Thank you.
I wrote down Kenny.
He's like covered in ice cream, right? And he's like,
Yeah, that was an odd way to do it.
and then when he goes to his mom, he looks like he's crazy. He's like, "Milk, mom," or "Milk, dad. Milk kills the troll."
Oh my God!
A mother's care.
Unconditional love, which
And then
also kills the troll, which is like a separate way to kill a troll.
That's the Stormbringer axe.
Yeah. Right.
We love you, Marvel.
Yeah. Peter Dinklage is.
It's about the environment.
My God.
There you go.
Ernest, society.
So at this point, those like Brussels sprout, the whole time Brussels sprouts are growing from the tree, which I thought was very good.
cool
Like
idea.
for
Neat
little
little device.
kids, it's very much like methodical. Like they got to get 5 things,
And it makes-
so he's got to get 5 kids.
It's
and
easy to
that's gonna bring-
understand, and it's
Yep.
foreboding.
This reminds
And-
me of that movie Brain Barnacles from the Planet
But
Tigor.
isn't the
He has no notes. Yeah, Chauncey has no notes. These are just all in his head. It's like
All in his
perfect
brain
memory. remembering.
there.
I don't even think I transcribed
all-
the quotes as perfectly as he's saying.
We're talking 2 decades of inside jokes with my brother and I and friends and stuff.
All right.
I love this movie.
Way to go.
And then when I first met, like Chauncey, you were my first like indie buddy, and
Yeah.
you were saying all these things, and I didn't know what they were.
I just like impose a
I
bunch
just
of
thought
inside
that you were
jokes
really
on you.
cool because of them.
Oh, right.
And I was like,
boy, he's calling me Bob Howdy. Oh,
and,
wow.
and suddenly
I knew who Ernest was, and I knew he was slinky.
And one day, Aaron showed up with a jean vest and a gray shirt and a tan hat.
I fit in.
Started calling you Vern.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers calls me Vern, and I love it so much.
So when I was a little kid, I always got confused, like real little, before like I can figure things out.
Before my
that-
brain worked.
I always thought there was it was either Pee-wee or Ernest, like because they're kind of similar kind of characters.
You mean you had to pick one?
They do look pretty
Yeah,
close.
it's
but
like
Pee-wee's the adult
the
version
Sharks
of
and the
Ernest.
Jets, but
Yeah.
it's like
It's like it's like
Pee-wee's and
picking Super Nintendo and Sega. You can just play both.
But I was hoping that they had the crossover movie like Aliens vs Predator.
That would've been nice.
Where
Just
a lot of, like-
Pee-wee and Jim Varney would have been awesome. Ernest meets Pee-wee. Think of the money they could
They
have.
both live in their own world, though. I think it could go horribly wrong, though, too.
But
it's just two separate movies happening.
Yeah.
They never
it would
cross
be
paths,
wrong,
but, it's
it
one
would be
movie.
funny.
It's like Heathcliff. Remember that show Heathcliff?
Heathcliff, the cat.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
other cats that never interacted.
Oh,
Heathcliff, no one should.
nothing like Garfield.
So I'm gonna challenge.
Terrorize the neighborhood.
I'm going to challenge Chauncey. So if you remember this line, because I thought it was insane. So it's Halloween night. I think part of the sequence of things that needed to happen for the troll to even be released was that it didn't have to be around like
Halloween
that
Eve.
exact day too.
Halloween Eve.
Yes.
Which is also pretty funny.
Yeah.
the odds of that happening?
But now it's Halloween, and they're all dressed up. They're going to go trick or treating. They just figured out because the troll showed up at the costume thing, and they figured out it's milk. They go to get their super soakers,
So 90s.
and all the milk, and they go to the store, and there's that clerk who we saw before. Do you remember the line he says?
What does
the
he
first
say?
thing he says when they show up. The first thing, and they're like very obviously they're going to
You
go
can't fool me with those costumes. Is that what he said? That's right.
What do you say?
They're dressed up as like monsters, and he's like, "You can't fool me." Like what?
You can't fool me with
yeah.
They're
those
not trying to trick you, dude. They're not monsters. Like, what is he talking about?
But remember, he saw the troll too at one point. Remember when Ernest?
They're
was-
not dressed as
No.
trolls, though.
Yeah,
Like,
you're right. You're right.
he lives in a world where, like, he's constantly confused by
But I think he sees the troll after this.
No, it was before that because Ernest was like he's stalking Ernest,
Yeah, that's one of the first times you see him.
That was
driven
the
off
first
by
time we
milk.
saw the
The
troll.
milk.
Yeah.
Okay.
and that was a good shot. Like it was creepy. It was creepy enough. I remember being creeped out as a kid.
Maybe he just wrote
Think
it
you
off.
guys are responding to this clerk, not
Well, yeah, I
understanding
remember the clerk
costumes.
going, "Kenny Binder, I know your father." And that's what I remember. And like the kids yelling, like, "Oh, this is important." I thought that was so stupid, even as a kid. I was like, they literally told him, "No, this is important."
We'll pay you back.
But what was cool is they were picking up like this toys that we all looked at in the store as
Oh,
kids.
yeah,
you know, like
Super Soakers and-
the
and milk.
the
Yeah, but-
knockoff Super Soakers.
The
that ones that you
XPF
like this.
10,000.
But if you think about it, if you know that milk can kill that, like that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Like that made so much sense
Yeah.
as a kid.
It's like his dad.
It's like that's so smart.
What about
Go
like
get him, Kenny.
What about one of those like vapor paint sprayers? That would get lots of coverage.
Yeah, but
you get, like a wider
but
there.
we used to play with Super Soakers a lot. Did you ever play with Super Soakers?
I did.
What if
You
you
did?
put milk in a fog
I
machine?
had the directional one. Remember that one? Where you think you're gonna aim at somebody else and it shoots that way. They had the big burst one too.
Chauncey, we briefly experimented before the show with the fog
backpack?
machine that set off my fire alarms. We tried,
Yeah,
but could we put milk in the fog machine?
Yeah.
It would ruin it because there's protein in milk that would just burn and turn into ash.
Why you got to be such a scientist?
so like
Would it turn into Miak?
There was also sugar in it too that would also burn. so.
lactose intolerant.
I'm lactose intolerant.
I did put weird like Coca-Cola in a Super Soaker back as a kid, and it just the carbonation like wouldn't allow it to work.
But Chauncey,
It'd
the
just spray
real
out.
question is, if there was a troll uprising, would you develop a fog machine that worked with milk? because that's what you do.
That is
Gadgets.
the most efficient way to destroy.
I would invent the dropper.
the drop.
Doomsday dropper.
You know,
Oh,
like
with the drone.
this makes so much sense to me now.
Which
like
is
a mailbox.
whatever. RC mailbox.
If he had said special delivery, I would have lost it.
But this makes so much sense to me now.
Got milk.
The reason why the troll was can get killed by milk is because it was an environmental message that we're not supposed to drink cow's milk. We're not supposed, it's not healthy. We're
This
not
is
supposed
one of
to do
those
it.
like eat
It
more
would-
chicken.
Yeah, eat
like,
more chicken.
Chick-fil-A where the
Yeah.
cows are responsible.
So it speaks loudly. This movie's deep. We're not supposed to drink other
I got my
other creatures'
ankles wet
milk.
stepping
No.
into this movie.
Yeah.
no,
I love that-
only human milk.
I love
is
the
what
two
we
lo-
should be drinking.
The Tulip
Not
brothers.
saying
When
your
we're
argument.
babies,
Is that your argument?
No, when we're babies, when we're older, we shouldn't drink milk.
Yeah,
we're babies.
That's really what the movie's going for. Is like when you have cereal as an adult man, it should not.
Almond milk. That's that. It's not real milk.
There you go. Okay.
Almond.
Well, so for those of you who have never watched the movie, basically what's happened is Ernest has collected enough trolls.
One more dog.
This was in the 90s, right? You hang out with Michael Jackson.
The troll has collected enough children as like little dolls, converted them into little dolls to feed his tree of like Brussels sprouts, which look like big pods, and they fall and they hit the ground. They grow. They burrow into the ground.
cool.
And then there's like. It's a really cool effect when they come out because like
There's a light under them.
it like
good.
spawns a troll and then all of a sudden there's like this lighting and then like this membrane
Placenta.
yeah like a placenta and then
Coming
the
out
trolls
there.
punch through
Yeah.
it and then they come out and there's a whole bunch of trolls and then
It's
the
very
town
Muppetsy. It's very Muppet, like
Yeah.
the way their faces are too. But they're not as good as the original troll, but they're still pretty good. They're not like goofy.
yeah
They don't have moving faces.
like Aaron said there's just like way too much production value in this stupid movie.
I think that's.
I don't think there's way too much enough.
Well, I'll save my opinion for the last. For that.
How about the part when one of
I wish it
those-
was in 3D.
How about one of
Oh,
those
that'd be good.
the new trolls became a gun?
Yeah,
They're just like
he eats like maybe 4 bullets
That was-
and then just they smack him and he shoots for like
he shoots guns.
That's how you do the coin shot from
so
the Last Jedi with the coins that the droid had.
That's
that's the funny version of that shot.
exactly. That's how you pull
You're
that
right.
off.
that's a good draw callback, man. That's exactly what we're talking
We
about.
like to crap on the Last Jedi here.
Yep.
At least 2/3 of us do.
At least 2/3 of us do. Hey, I came around on Ernest.
Actually, at this point,
Hey.
3/4 of us do.
3/4.
I need to watch Last Jedi again. I've only watched it.
I
once,
watched it again.
or twice.
It's a little better, but still not great.
Okay.
So
I'll never watch it.
here's a good thing. Here's a good filmmaking thing. The climax of the movie is actually not like 2 minutes long. It's the end scene where they're at the treehouse that they established earlier. They set up this long build up to get the Brussels sprouts monsters, and there's this long battle with the parents, and then the kids show up, and it's like 20 minutes of the movie is this finale that then builds into the Super Saiyan troll with these disgusting like knobs flying out, like tentacles flying out of him.
That was cool.
really grossed me out. I like
It was cool.
and they're like all twitchy and
all the
stuff.
like
If only they put
mushrooms.
lipstick on him, then you would have
Oh
checked
my-
out.
Yeah, I would have thrown up on my TV.
The guy who did the voice of the troll was pretty good.
It sounded like whoever it was, they were trying to do a Frank Welker. If it wasn't him,
but I liked it better.
We didn't even talk about earlier in the movie when he
does the kid voice?
does the kid, the
that
little
creepy?
girl voice. That was
That was
so
so
creepy.
creepy.
And then they do it again later.
Very Pennywise.
Well,
like
think about it.
hiding in the pipe and the,
As a little kid, I was creeped. I was scared of this movie.
man.
It was a scary movie for kids.
Yeah.
but it was pretty good.
it was good.
My mom was really wary of us seeing this particular Ernest movie. She let us see all the other ones, but she did not like us seeing this one. It
Did
might have
she
been-
Probably freaked her out too.
yeah.
Miak
Did
is a
she-
very controversial
I don't think
subject.
she
Real
liked it.
question.
My dad loved it,
Real
though.
question. Did your mom pre-screen the movie?
No,
How would she know
the
that
preview,
it's-
the previews?
So the previews were enough to.
Yeah,
over.
yeah. She didn't let us see Hocus Pocus. She thought that was stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
Wiccans.
well.
Yeah.
I do recall like my mom like she let us watch this like over and over again, but it was probably because it was Ernest. But Nightmare Before Christmas, for some reason, she got after us for watching that movie.
Really?
Yeah, she did not like that
my
movie.
mom, we had to wait for VHS for that to come out to watch it.
really?
And we watched it and she liked it. But with the preview,
It was only
too weird.
45 minutes long. There were these weird jump cuts where it's almost like the film was cut up. But
You know what's interesting? My mom taught me how to edit as a kid. Because there's so many movies that she would go back
exactly what I'm saying.
Well, like Ghost. You ever seen the movie Ghost?
My parents edited that for me too.
Yeah, like I thought he was a ghost the whole time. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know how he became a ghost. You know, we didn't see the beginning part, like the lovemaking, part.
I do
as a
recall a
kid.
scene from like I was hiding and speaking around the corner. I remember seeing a big sheet of glass come down and kill somebody.
Yeah, well, my mom keyed that out. like she
She
keyed
actually
that,
got the tape out.
She got the tape out and cut that scene.
she did exactly what I was saying.
When that happened, we're like, he's dead. I guess we don't know what happened. We never saw the glass kill him.
Measures your mother took.
But
to
my mom
protect
said you have to see Ghost. It's a good movie.
Your mom is
Except
the
for this part-
MVP.
Ben, you need to call your mother tonight.
I really,
She's
yeah.
a great editor.
Like
Ben's mom.
Yeah.
Ben's mom.
the Oscar. We need to make like an Oscar awards ceremony.
Well, she
for
did
her.
introduce me to some good movies too, but she was a
He's
good
making
editor.
children's books now. That's good.
Did she dub over the like curse words with
Cutting
her own
analog
voice?
tape
Well-
is not easy.
Well,
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
we were, there's a movie, do you remember the movie Rover Dangerfield?
Yeah.
No, never.
It's Rodney Dangerfield plays a dog. It's pretty good. It's an animated film, but there's a song called "I'll Never Do It on a Christmas Tree," and it's all about him not peeing on a Christmas tree.
okay.
He's a dog. And I remember watching the first time. Mom did not like that, so she edited that part out.
But it
She
tells
actually
you
did the
not
tape
to
and
do
cut
it.
She did exactly.
What's to take offense to? He's telling you, he's expressing the virtues of not peeing on the tree.
But you know who would be mad at it? Martin Scorsese. He's like, you're changing the artist's vision.
George Lucas is like, I approve.
Yeah.
There was a
TIE
lot of
fighters?
movies in the 90s. I'm trying, like this end,
you make the Ewok-
this
Ewoks
end
blink?
scene could be considered like a big battle scene.
It is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it really
and, like,
is.
There's a lot of movies in the 90s that had like big, silly battle scenes at the end like this. Like one that comes to mind is Smokey and the Bandit 2. It's kind of an obscure one. You ever seen
Army
it?
of Darkness.
They have this huge battle with just semi-trucks and police cars
only a
and
battle.
Mounties in the desert at the end.
And
it
then
just
there was
goes
this
on and on.
movie where there's a battle with tractors at the end that I saw one time.
Yep, and I wrote that into my movie with
That's the one I was talking
tractor
about.
battle scene. Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
You know what battle I love them? Remember Dudley Do-Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was like late 90s.
Well, here's a question for you. How did the dog get into the treehouse?
Oh no, rim shot.
So he
I don't know, but
Rimshot
They made
goes
a dog
after him.
evader.
I'm trying to think through this. Rimshot goes after him. He turns him into a dog, wooden dog. And he's like, "What good's a wooden dog? What am I gonna call him? Splinter?"
I love that scene. That was like 5 seconds of a scene too.
Yeah.
Like to call it a scene is almost disingenuous.
it
like
was
cuts back
it was a
to it.
transition.
Yeah.
He's like, well, sure you can swim better, but sure you can swim better.
And then he
Love
rams into the tree, and he's like, "Another advantage of being a wooden dog."
Rim shot.
So let's talk about the very end though.
mean
Before we even get to the like
You're right, though.
lovely-
Rimshot never could become a
gonna-
dog again.
How's he going to climb up? Well, to me, I'm more concerned how he climbed the rope ladder. Like, there was people carrying him all the way up there every single time.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is that the same dog in the mask?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's Eddie.
Man, that's doggist. Jeez.
Is it?
They all look the same.
Eddie.
I thought the funniest part for me, it
might be
and I
the same
just
dog.
cracked up more than any other time in the movie, was when the unconditional love. This is also after Eartha Kitt. We're cutting back to her, like, struggling to bike ride her way back to the freaking tree.
He just decides to walk.
Like, yeah. She's
Wait. So you just tell me you didn't laugh at the part where he tries to sell the largemouth bass stereo to the
Oh,
girls?
yeah. I'm telling you, above all these other things that
Okay.
I also thought were funny, the funniest part was when the unconditional love thing, he's gone Super Saiyan Troll. Milk doesn't destroy him anymore. So what are we going to do? Well, it's unconditional love. And somehow Ernest
Kill him.
figures he figures out that he needs to just hug the troll.
That was some real acting though, like heart of a child. Like he's just
Yeah.
You're right.
It was,
went
it
into
was
the-
actually
yeah.
good acting. It was
And so
innocent.
then they do this funny ballet thing, which is funny in itself. He does this like ballet hug with the troll.
Come here, little guy.
and you think it's just
there,
gonna be
little
this
fella.
like
Little fella.
Hey there, little
you know,
fella.
compassion wins over, kindness wins over. Even the meanest troll, it'll transform him. No, the troll just explodes. It just blows up. There's no message. There's no message of kindness. It just kills him.
That makes the movie even better watching Matt laugh.
That is quintessential early 90s, late 80s. Mwah. That's what you let it just.
Wait a minute.
It just starts shaking and
And when
And then like,
then they all clap. They're like, "Oh, thank you, Ernest."
and then all the kids come out, and there's like kids from like 50 years ago.
From the 1800s. Like,
I like that,
Sister
though.
Francis, Sister Francis, what should we do? And he's like,
wait. Wait a minute. I just thought about something.
"What?
Oh my god.
How old is Eartha Kitt?
This is great watching that. This makes Ernest even better."
But like those kids are from the 1800s, and that was her sister.
It's because he didn't quite fulfill the filling up the tree back and then.
No, but how is Eartha Kitt still alive if that was early 1800s?
Yeah, you're right. We assume it's 1800s, but I guess it's like Briarville
Probably like
was
10
like
years ago.
Briarville was like
She looks
last
pretty
week.
good.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I don't know.
for
I mean, if
180 years old.
let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's say she's 80 years old.
years old.
There's no way she's 80 years old, but let's say she is. Like, you could go back to the 1800s if she's 80 years old,
no
and she'd be a little
Maybe
kid.
late 1800s.
Yeah, like 1890s.
I bet you early 1900s. Let's just say 1900s.
Ernest Scared Stupid, the movie that broke Matt.
There's a lot to
It
talk
didn't
about.
break me. It's just I loved it so much.
He,
Heart of a child.
This is what I always
next
want
movie
in a
could-
watch along. This is the exact thing I always want.
The next movie could have been Ernest, like teaching those people from the 1800s what the real world's like.
Now this.
he's a Nintendo.
You guys know
This is the 8th level Mario. 8. We're talking about Armageddon. 8th level Mario Brothers.
I have one disappointment with this movie.
What'd you think about that when he kisses him and there's like that string going all the
It's so good. And I like how you made reference to he has a cold and runny nose.
Yeah, you've had a bad cold ever since we met.
Ever since we met.
Aaron, what were you gonna say?
I have one disappointment with this movie. They have this huge, like you said, 20-minute build up to this fight, and then the big fight, and then the denouement. It's like 30 seconds. The movie ends after like 30 seconds
You're
after
right.
the troll
Yeah,
explodes.
it's just like
I did it. Movie's over.
done.
No, he gets
was he
rim
doing?
shot back.
Rim
remember?
shot comes back. That was a good payoff.
And then like rim
There's
shot
nothing
like
that
makes
dream
out
of
with him and
me.
then he falls on the
All
ground.
I'm saying is I wanted more
Yeah, that's kinda
at the
weird.
very end.
Eartha Kitt was like,
Yeah.
I guess it's over.
I don't know, here we go.
That's how they decided to end this.
bestiality.
Time for expressions of the soul.
Don't know what to do, how to get things done.
Lunchbox.
Don't know what to say. He says, "Don't know what to say. What
Is that
to
how
do,
Slinky
to get
Dog-
things done."
Yeah.
He's such a good riffer. I'm sure he was just chain smoking throughout the production of this movie, thinking of lines like that.
Well, there was
You know what he died of, though?
Lung cancer.
Lung cancer, yeah.
when he did the like Paul Revere, like get out of here, the troll's coming. And he's running through the town.
Yeah.
He's like, make sure. I forget the exact line, but he's basically like confirming everybody understands to put the shoes on the right feet.
Yeah.
It's like such a random thing to
Make
throw
sure
in.
your right shoe is on your right foot.
Well, that one part when he runs in to warn the town too, he runs into the door, which is like that funny looking Dracula thing with his hand up. And then he comes running in, but they made the good choice because he ran into the door to make him seem like he's drunk. Because he's not. He's just everyone thinks he's nuts, but now it really looks like he's nuts. He's like, Trollo! Troll! And then he goes, well, somebody get him out of here now.
Somebody get this hot head out of here.
There's one part at the very start when I think it was when he was still doing the crazy. He got stuck in his truck, and once he's out, he's getting back in the truck to drive away. It's just a simple thing. But when he opens the door to get in the truck.
troll gets hit.
No, that too.
That was pretty
funny.
funny.
But this was just another random thing. When he's opening the door to just get back into his truck and drive away, that's all that's going to happen. He's still he smacks himself in the face. It was just a split second, then gets in the truck. And that was it. I don't think that was in the script. And he just okay, I'll get in.
I remember my dad laughing so hard, and I laughed so hard. It was pretty funny. Like the troll comes up.
I'm sorry,
opens
what?
the door. He opens the door, and the
Oh,
troll
yeah,
comes
and he
running
doesn't
to him.
even notice.
It's so good. And when he gets run over by the bumper, when the troll gets run over by the...
Good job, Rimshot. When Rimshot runs him over. Where we go?
How about a bumper sandwich?
bumper sandwich, booger lips?
That's a rhyme of the movie we did last week with Halloween, where they run him over,
Yeah.
and he's still not dead.
Does it bother anybody
man.
else that when the troll is pulling against the truck, the rope is completely slacked? It's just swinging a little bit.
They probably shot it on separate days. They're not even in the same place.
Well, that troll was pretty advanced. I bet it took a long time to get in that costume. It's a pretty cool troll.
The mouth movements were very well done.
And the expressions in the eyes are pretty good. That's so good.
All right, let's sorry not to cut you off abruptly,
We're
but
approaching
I'm gonna
time.
do it anyway.
They had double noses.
They did, yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
Man, let's rate the movie. I don't even know how to even rate it out of 10. But how would you convey this movie to somebody else? It can be whatever you want, even, because this movie is ridiculous enough that use whatever criteria you would go with.
If you like Ernest, this is one of the better Ernest movies. It's funny. It's just so stupid. If you like Three Stooges, if you like self-aware, dumb, stupid things that are purposely done in a very thoughtful way, go see this. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. It's funny. It's not. The only bad part's the kids, probably. And at one point, one of the bullies is almost going to crack up laughing. And he's so excited that he's in an Ernest movie. You know what I mean? When he's being a bully. Yeah, you're funny. It's you're not really a good bully.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you say, Chauncey?
I give it. My inner child won't let me give it any less than 10 out of 10. I actually do really love this movie. It fits. And as an adult, you'll say, "Oh, it's a stupid movie, but you should see it."
But it's stupid. It's stupid in a good way.
It is, and I think personally, the art direction of the movie is so thick that it makes it
so dense.
It's like a real Halloween special. It's like the essence of a Halloween special to me.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And then the characters that Ernest just jams in and the little jokes he jams. He's the life of the party. It's just
He's in the movie.
Yeah,
And the troll was movie.
he used to do these commercials in Tennessee. I have a bunch of VHS tapes.
That's
of
how
these
he started
commercials.
out.
Yeah, and you can tell he was an amazing improv artist.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just watched a eulogy of one of the writers before I came over here, saying at his funeral that first of all how nice and wonderful Jim Varney was, but he was telling me when he was one of the writers for Ernest, and he says it's basically
why bother?
well, basically they just have him riff riff and they're just jotting down notes where he riffs and stuff. And he says he's just so funny. He did this one particular one said he coined that phrase "golly Bob Howdy" or whatever, "by golly get Bob Howdy," because that's what his uncle used to say. But he said he was just so funny. He had a photographic
Did he look
memory.
just like Ernest too, and all his family look identical?
Well, I think Ernest is from Kentucky or Tennessee. I forget which one. I think
It's Tennessee.
Yeah, so he's from I think he's influenced he plays that redneck character because he probably experienced that in his real life.
Do you remember his real redneck character from Ernest Saves Christmas?
There's snakes in their truck. There's bars.
He's
They're gonna be teeth and oh, but the boy that's here to die.
"Do you want one for your boy?"
I remember my
Talk about
boy.
dang it.
Have you seen Ernest Scared or Saves Christmas?
I have seen that.
Okay.
And I also like that one.
When you
Aaron-
see Ernest Goes to Camp,
I have seen that too.
Ernest-
Hold on.
Ernest goes to
We'll
jail.
get to that. Aaron, what do you think of this movie?
If I had to critique this movie, like on paper, rate the skeleton of the movie, the nuts and bolts, I give it a 5 out of 10.
that's fair.
Perfectly average movie. But when you throw Jim Varney in the mix and it becomes something like an 8.
And the director, John Cherry. Is that his name, John Cherry?
John Cherry III.
He actually started the whole advertising campaign. He directed all the Ernest movies. So like, even the filmmaking is funny. Like
He
there's
did Purity Milk, and Purity Milk is the milk that killed the trolls with.
that's funny. There's an ad where he's drinking milk or something on an old fashioned merry-go-round in a park. What do you call those? The little circle
I know what
things.
you're talking about.
And it shows him getting sick, and he drops off, and then the camera is mounted on his point of view, and it shows the body just laying there. There's some really funny filmmaking
Watch-
in the
viewers-
comedy too.
Viewers, do yourself a favor and just search on YouTube Ernest and Bobo.
Ernest and Bobo.
But
Watch it. It's a commercial.
But like part of the filmmaking is not like part of the humor is not just him being funny. It's like how they set up the shots and stuff that are funny. You mean? And so he should get a lot of credit too.
It's very
as a
honest,
director.
down to earth filmmaking.
Yeah.
So I'll say, look, I went into the movie with like frustration. Clearly, like I was mad that we weren't doing a better.
I know what you
better
mean.
movie. You know what I mean, Vern? And I started the movie that way, and the start is kind of like, okay, what's going on? But
Ernest.
like it was once the troll showed up, and once he did that little riff about what are the odds of that, like done. I'm in. I know
Matt,
exactly what this is.
Would
and
you
it-
say
I-
that you continued on in earnest?
I did. It was an earnest effort on
It's
my
the
part.
importance of being earnest.
Right. Yeah. So to me, I'm not going to give it a like objective movie rating because that's not what this movie is.
no.
That's not what it is.
No.
This is a watch along movie, and I'm going to rate it like that. And to me, it's 9 out of 10. Like this is so
Yeah.
fun.
Wow.
It is so fun.
I'm with
like. And
It's
it's
so
it's
stupid.
competent though. Like it's not.
It's self-aware. Every Ernest movie is self-aware.
It's funny, but it has enough with like the troll being goofy
Yeah.
and
It's
like,
it knows what
well
it wants to
done.
be.
Yeah.
No peer pressure. You actually feel that way?
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Matt,
I'm not the
I
type of
think
person to.
I think Ernest movies know what they want to be.
Yeah, I'm being earnest.
Yeah.
Here.
I love it.
Yeah,
They know what they want to be.
but and all of it is because of. I think you hit the nail on the head. Is because of Ernest. It's because of him. It's,
Yeah.
like everything works because he sells it because they know his character exactly what it's supposed to be. And it adds in every single flourish that should be in there.
They did 500 commercials, and like there was obviously people wanted to franchise him, and that's so obviously they hit on something. Kids like him, adults like him. You know what I mean? Like there was something magical in that time when I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
That was the peak of my
They tapped
childhood.
into it.
Yeah, they did.
so
Hairspray will fix anything.
Yeah, spray was.
So you smell fish.
okay.
Smell fish.
There were a couple lines there. I was like, are these adult jokes or not? Like, for when I heard rim shot, I was like, wait a minute. And then I broke it down. Then the fish one, and then the full moon one. I really was that one. I think it was
I don't remember
like,
that one.
I'm just gonna let you can go
Okay.
back. People can go look this up.
That'll be on after the pod.
Yeah.
But,
I want to be mindful that people wanted to know. For those who remember the movie, I don't remember the Ernest Goes to Camp super well. I remember Christmas. This one is based on my memory. This is my favorite though, but it's very recency bias. I don't have like the same
So what,
familiarity.
rate yours.
Yeah.
Like Ernest Scared Stupid is my favorite, and then I would rank next Ernest Goes to Jail, and then Ernest Goes to Camp. Those two are really close. I mean, that's like really awesome. And then Ernest Saves Christmas, and then after that, I don't know, like Rides Again maybe, or am I missing?
Yeah, that's
one?
when that's
Oh, Jail. Ernest Goes to.
You said that.
I said
That
that.
was your
yeah.
second.
That was your
Yeah.
second.
My bad.
Here's my rating. Want to hear my rating?
Yep.
Ernest Goes to Camp's probably the best one. It's the best one. Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Saves Christmas are like neck and neck. And Ernest Scared Stupid is But after watching it as an adult, I appreciate it more. And I think the reason I didn't like it as a kid, because maybe it was too scary for me. I liked it. It was scary. But I think the kids threw me off so much as a kid that I hated him so much as a kid.
Yeah,
the little girl was creepy.
Yeah.
Hello. But it's pretty good. But Ernest goes to camp. That's the best
Oh,
one.
Snuffy, it's just you.
So
Yeah.
So Aaron, between the two you saw,
I think because it was so produced, it wasn't as good to me because I wanted more Ernest. Like all I wanted was Ernest.
Yeah.
You know.
between the two you saw, Aaron, is this better or worse than the? Or
I'd have to put Scared Stupid ahead of Goes to Jail. Those are the two I've seen.
Okay.
But it edges it out very slightly.
Well, when we do a vote for December for the movie we do in December, I guess we're gonna have to include Ernest Saves Christmas, and it's gonna win, of course, and
Yeah.
we'll do that one.
Yeah.
And then when it's summer next year, we'll do Ernest Goes to Camp, and when Ben gets arrested, we'll do Ernest Goes to Jail.
And you've seen like Christmas Vacation though, right?
I have seen Christmas Vacation more than any other movie
I actually have never seen.
and that
Christmas,
is a fact.
I've never seen. I've never seen Christmas Vacation.
Nah.
I've never seen it. No, I'm not.
I'm about to throw you for a loop.
to do
Neither
that
have I.
movie if that's true.
If that's true, what?
Yeah.
Ben and I
What?
have not seen it.
No, but you know we need
Can
to
I
see.
come back for that?
Yeah.
Are we doing that this Christmas? I want to do Santa
This
Claus
is unconditional
the movie.
love to me. I'm just gonna explode now.
I want to do Santa Claus the movie.
No, no, you have to see Christmas Vacation.
Santa
Dude.
You've seen
Are you
Santa
kidding
Claus
me?
the movie?
No,
Yes.
It's not like
Not
we
Tim
can't do
Allen.
more than one
Oh.
Christmas
It's
movie.
the 80s.
No.
There are 4 weeks in December.
guys
All right.
Please.
Listeners,
me.
Ben and Aaron have not seen Christmas Vacation.
Oh my god!
I think we need to do Santa Claus the movie.
What?
Ben,
No.
you are gonna laugh more than
Christmas Vacation
Oh my
is
God.
amazing. All right.
you're gonna laugh more than
it's
you have in a
November
while.
1st, and I'm already like planning.
me too, man.
We're gonna have Chauncey's gonna have to come back.
Christmas tree.
I'm dressing up for this.
Christmas
All right.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
All right.
It's Halloween, but
This is the
not
end
no
of
more.
Spook of Madness
But
2.
Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
It's over.
Yeah, we're gonna go into November. We'll have a whole brand new set of movies, and
Now it's Turk of Madness.
Christmas
Turkey.
Turk of Madness.
Yeah.
All right.
Ain't no
Thanks,
trees
everybody.
in Botswana. I know. I am
Thank
from
you. All right.
Botswanian lumberjack. I ain't never had a job.
End it there.
You know what I mean?